Hello and welcome. It's Peg, and today on Art Joy of Sharing, which is our live stream channel that I share with Chelsea, we were talking about beginning projects. And so I was showing things that I have in my journal to help with beginning a project. And I'm just going to demonstrate several different products and ways to get started because everybody has different products and things they like to work with. The first thing I'm grabbing is one of these alcohol ink panels, and I'm just spritzing it with some alcohol ink, adding a few drops here and there, and then I'm going to use a tool that has felt on it to move that color around on the panel. Going to let that dry and moving on to another. These are just cheap canvas panels that you can get from places like Walmart, and I have some black gesso on that. Black gesso is a great surface to work on, and this is a Stencil Girl stencil, and I'm just taping it in place. And then I'm going to grab some Gina K glitter gel. These were gifted to me, and I wanted to utilize some of this on the black because I think it really stands out beautifully, and I thought that would make those flowers really show up against that black background. I've got orange and a green that I'm using here just to push through the stencil, and then I will lift that up, and there you have it. So real quick and easy. That'll take a little while to dry, so I'll set that aside. I'm looking at my different paint markers because I want to add a few paint splatters. I have the Molotov, I have what are the other ones? Liquitex, and I have Posca. And so I'm showing the different tips that you can get with these different paint markers. They're all different sizes, and depending on what kind of surface you're working on, this is pretty small. I think it's about 4 by 4. You may want to have several of those. Next up is this page. I was doing a page for Sketchbook School, and that's an online class. And I was just showing how you can start a project, but just grabbing the end of a pen and being inspired by, that fern that was on the page and scribbling, scribble a design down. I'm using a watercolor pen to bleed the ink out and to make some different colorizations to that sketch. But that's another way, another quick way to start a page or a journal project. Next up, the girls had asked me to do some ink tints, and so I was just showing some watercolor pencils that I'd gotten at a discount, and then my ink tints blocks. Now, watercolor is just that. I'm showing a watercolor journal where I do a little bit of sketching in there, but then ink tints is an ink tints block made from ink, and when it dries permanent. So it's a little bit different than a watercolor pencil. And if you're going to apply other wet things over it, you may want to consider having the ink tints in your arsenal. They do come in block form and in pencil form. And then I'm also preparing a few of these panels while I work with the ink tints with different mediums. I'm using some gel medium, some embossing powder, some uh, light molding paste for the backgrounds. And I'm just putting some stencils down to get the texture because this is a great way to start your project. And so this is just a dauber that's full of embossing fluid. And I'm going to put some clear embossing powder on that. And this just, preserves the surface that's underneath. So if you have color there, you're going to see that color from behind. If you have a white canvas, you're going to see the white. But that's what I'm doing is I'm just preparing the surface with that. Now, These are Bombay inks. And so you can see there are many different products on the market. You don't have to own them all, but they're all great ways to start a project. And Bombay ink also is another one of those permanent inks when dry. So, I'm just using a little bit of water and a paintbrush and moving those inks around on my canvas to create a background because the embossed area is going to resist. Of course, I had a little bit of a spill on my desk, so I have to clean that up and we'll move on. I made a pretty big mess. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that ink spill on those cubes that I had started, clean that up, and then I'll move on to the next thing. My poor Bob Ross tools got coated. Okay. All right, so we're back at it, and now I'm just showing the stencil and mask combination. I like to get these stencils that have a mask to it. We're going to get to those ink tints blocks, and I'm just going to use that stencil and lay down some color in the background. And then I'm going to place my mask on top of this. I'm going to use some pixie spray, and that's going to hold my mask in place. You just spray the back of your stencil or mask and wait for about a minute, and then it gets a little bit tacky. So then I'm going to grab those ink tints blocks, and you can see you can pick it up with a brush. You can just scribble it down on the page. You can do lots of different things with those, but now I'm just putting some of the color into the background with those blocks. Then I'm going to put the mask back over the leaf, and I'm going to grab some ink. These are archival inks, and these sponges are new tips that you can get for your sponging tools from scrapbook.com, I believe. But it is a handy tool to have in your arsenal of things. And yeah, that's what we did for that one. So, not sure what I was talking about there, but I'm just, continuing with beginnings. And I've got these two now that have those different mediums on there, and I'm adding the Bombay ink to the background. And the stenciled areas are going to act as a resist. And then I want to add some alcohol ink in on some of these. This is mixed media, guys. And the thing about mixed media is you can mix it up any way you want to. So I'm going to get a clean piece of felt. I'm going to add some mixative, which is a gold tone, and I'm going to add that onto those pieces. So you can see it doesn't matter what you have in your stash, whether it's alcohol ink, whether it's paint, whether it's ink tints, whether it's pencils, they all work for mixed media. So here I'm grabbing some Dina Wakley paints, and I'm just spritzing them with a little water. Whoops, I dropped my camera. And getting them to work with that texturized background. And then I'm going to use some distress crayon and do a little bit of highlighting with that. These are a water-soluble crayon. So I'm just doing a little ink blending with those. And playing around with the texture. That's not quite dry, so I kind of mess it up there. So then I think, oh, I need to cover that up, and I start looking through my stash of stuff. It's getting close to the end of the show, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with these? I need to put something on it. We were talking about an article that's being released through Somerset Studio because Shell and I had done a cool collaboration with Mary Beth Shaw. So if you're anywhere where you can check out the new Somerset Studio, you may want to grab that and see what we were doing with Mary Beth in collaboration. So, yeah, here's what I'm doing. I'm just grabbing some of my stuff. I've got bling and I've got stickers and I've got all that. And, it's just continuing with what I have and creating something out of these backgrounds. And that's all it is. That's all there is to mixed media. You can draw something, you can die cut something, you can layer something on, you can glue it down. That's how you begin. Whether you're gluing down papers or napkins or pages, textbook stuff, maps, it's all part of mixed media, and you can begin with all of that. It's just wherever your thoughts take you and what you want to do to create something that makes you happy. So I'm just finishing these out. I told people that if they were interested and they're members of Art Joy of Sharing to go over to the Facebook group and let me know if you want one of these because, yeah, it's giveaway time. And so I'm going to post a picture in the Facebook group, and then if anybody wants them, they can just comment on the posting and let me know, and you might be a winner. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we will be back next week with Art Joy is Sharing, and we will be starting off with our November Pick a Stick Challenge and the Art Journal Habit, which we do each fall. This is, I believe, the 5th year that we've done Art Journal Habit, which is a habit of journaling every day for a month in the month of November. So I hope you can join us for that. Be sure and look for the hashtag for Pick a Stick and for Art Journal Habit and for Art Joy Sharing because it's all fun and we enjoy sharing with you. So be sure and check us out. Um, I am looking forward to November and seeing all the art and just having a great time sharing through the season of giving with all of you. So we'll see you again next week, and bye for now.